locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is
a rival, which I think Wisconsin is a rival. I don't know. It's the arch rival. The arch rival of Iowa is probably Iowa State. I don't know. What's in the Big Ten? Who's the biggest rival?
Wisconsin,
Okay.
I think, is the biggest rival in the Big Ten. Yeah.
And we whoop Wisconsin, and they're struggling. I want them to struggle every year. I want it to be as easy as possible to beat the snot out of them every year. Like, for example, the Cubs and the Brewers. I want the Cubs to be horrible. Why? Because that makes it easier for the Brewers to succeed. The Bears want them horrible. Vikings want them horrible. Last thing I want is the Detroit Lions. Do you realize how great it was year after year after year, even when they had Barry Sanders? Packers going to put a whooping on the Detroit Lions, and that's bad? Oh, I want them to be better. You are so nice because the standard of excellence and whatever means something to you even when it's the arch rival.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just so used to Wisconsin being a certain quality. Man, like, I'm just so used to it and knowing.
And that made the game special because you knew to beat them, you had to be at your best. Yeah, okay.
It meant something, right?
Yeah.
Like, it really meant something to beat Wisconsin. Like, you were always thinking you played Wisconsin, most likely they were going to be ranked inside the top 20, most likely, and you're beating a high-quality opponent. And that means something, right? Like, and that's always, how I felt about that game. Like, and that means a little bit more than when you're beating this rendition of the Wisconsin Badgers, right? Like, yes, you still get the Heartland Trophy, and it is a rival game, and yeah, it's easier to beat them right now. Like, it sure is. Like, it's a lot easier. But like, it means more. Like, when I was there, and I'm going against, JJ Watt and those guys. Like, it's a lot better to beat that version of the Wisconsin Badgers than it is what's happening right now. I can assure you that. Like, it felt a lot better doing it then than it is what happened Saturday night.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll join that club. Yes, a win was much, 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 much bigger than it is now.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and like say that Wisconsin didn't do this to themselves, right? I mean, this was over a period of time that this is they kind of did this to themselves, right? Like, I mean, this is kind of the way this has gone over a period of how many years, right? I mean, I think.
Hey, we can go back. I know Iowa, and there were some stretches before Kirk Ferentz and before Hayden Fry.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, Hayden
Was
Fry.
it Burns? Hayden Fry was. You want to say Barry Alvarez, but Iowa had a history of some greather with, was it Evachevskis? Go to Ev.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, I guess I look back on it, right? And it pretty much went from, when Bilma left Wisconsin, and people could say what they want about Bilma, whatever. I mean, he recruited me at Wisconsin. They didn't just, I mean, he had the program going in a pretty good direction.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just
another example of Barry Alvarez making a good decision when he picked Bielema, and people don't remember, know that he had another guy on staff, Brian White, I think it was thought to be the next coach, and then whatever he did as assistant didn't impress Alvarez, and he went with Bielema, and
Like Bielema did a good job. Like they were very good, very competitive. He's a good recruiter. I mean, they were a good team, right? And it's just one of those things. Do you have the patience to stick it out when things do get a little bit tough? And it just has shown that it hasn't gone that way, right? And obviously, right now it is at. I mean, you could say, I think, as Wisconsin Badger fans, I think you could consider this rock bottom, right? Like I mean, and I don't know the whole history of the Wisconsin Badgers football program. I don't, but over my time, you know, paying attention to Big Ten football and playing in it, and obviously having a passion for it, like this is the worst I've seen the Wisconsin Badgers.
All
Like,
right,
this
let's
is it.
go to before Hayden Fry. The great Bob Cummings at Iowa. Tied for 7, tied for 7, tied for 7, tied for 6, tied for 8 in the Big Ten. 3-8, 3-8, 5-6, 5-6, 2-9. Hayden Fry, 5-6, 4-7, 8-4, 8-4, 9-3, 8-4, 10-2, 9-3. Yeah.
Yep.
Bob Cummings.
Stuck with them. We stuck with Hayden Fry.
Yes.
Let him develop the program and let it go. And it's the same with Kirk as well, right? I mean, when Kirk got in there, it wasn't great. They let him
1-10, 3-9, 7-5, 11-2, 10-3, 10-2.
Mm-hmm. So like, there's a method to the madness, right? Like it always is. So it's just one of those things, and like it's what's your patience for it, right?
Well, no, and you got to hire the right guy. They hired the right guy with Hayden Fry. I don't remember where he was, and then Farron's the same way, and Wisconsin is Barry Alvarez. The coach makes the school, not the other way around.
Yeah,
I mean Iowa can stink, Wisconsin can stink. They can all stink. Like Alabama, people should look at Alabama before Saban in some of the years. They had Shula's son, I think. You got to hire the right guy. Now, you hire the right guy, you have maybe things in place that give you a better chance. But
yep,
no.
I mean, yeah, obviously what Barry Alvarez did for Wisconsin, I mean, is a perfect example. I mean, you could look at LSU. LSU is a perfect example year after year of a school and a program that has everything in place for them to be a powerhouse year after year after year. And it just like never works out that way, right? It just never does. And it's so odd that it doesn't, because you look at the players that come out of there that go to the NFL and you're like, how do you guys not win a national championship almost every single year?
By the way, Iowa, Forrest Evashevsky finished in 1960. And from 1960 until Hayden Fry showed up in about 1980, they were horrible. You mean, how can Iowa be horrible? The history of Forrest Evashevsky. You don't hire the right people, you're going to lose.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. No doubt about that. I mean, that's again, like, and that's why I'm sitting here. And you said you're too nice. Like, I'm not going to pile on. I'm not going to pile on Wisconsin fans. I'm just not going to do it. Like, it's not like. And listen, you watched that game, and I watched it. I mean, and it was within the first 5 minutes of that game, I had a feeling it was going to go a certain way. Like it had all the writing on it that it was going to go a certain way. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is what they've been watching all year. And you just knew it was going to go a certain way, and it did. And like, you just feel bad, like the backwards pass and the drops on third and short that were easy 15-yard gains, and like just like the simple things like that. And you could just see it's just time after time after time that, you know, the Badger fans have been watching that, and it's hard, man. It's really hard.
Luke Fickell is the luckiest man in America, says at the same time, nobody's following it because they're watching the Brewers with a historic Game 5 win that started 1 hour later. And unless, I mean, if you're a big Wisconsin fan and that's the most important thing, nothing helps. But otherwise, if you're a sports fan, that no one, unless you're a strong Wisconsin fan, and that's the determining factor for everything, everybody is going to remember that Brewer baseball game, Game 5 against the Cubs. And they'll go, yeah, but Wisconsin, they played that night. They played that, did they? Oh, well, did they? Well, who'd they play? Iowa, huh? I don't remember that. How'd that go? So,
Yeah.
yes,
That's. I mean, you're right. You're right. 100%.
historic night for Wisconsin and the Brewers. Man, I don't, and everybody says McIntosh, and there may be problems, but I would have hired Fickle. I thought he fit. He'd been at Ohio State and Cincinnati. Now his assistant is the guy that went to Notre Dame and has done very well there. But I don't, I can't, I don't understand it. They're horrible. And the players can't be that bad, or maybe they are that bad, or the coaches can't be that bad, or maybe that. I will defer to you. They look like bad players, badly coached. But there are just too many people with resumes, both players and coaches. I don't have an answer.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so like what it looks like to me when I watch them, and obviously like I don't watch them like I do the Packers where I get the all 22 and I watch it. But like you watch like Iowa's offense go against the defense. And I'm sitting there watching and you're seeing as the game goes on. And like Iowa is, and Wisconsin has some good defensive players. They got a couple good guys up front.
I would agree, yes. Yep.
Wisconsin's got some good defensive players up front. But for the most part, Iowa is just absolutely moving bodies out of the way and just they're moving guys 3-4 yards down
on the line of scrimmage both ways.
Yes. And like that, and that's what jumps out to you on the screen when you're watching these two teams play. And to me, like that's a player thing, right? Like, I mean, you could have the best coaches in the world. You can have fantastic coaches, but if the players can't get the job done on the field, that's one thing. And then I guess again, though, I guess that goes back to recruiting, and that goes back to strength and conditioning and development, and how are you bringing these guys along? And then that goes to the portal, and who are you going to get, and all. I mean, it's a new world in college football these days, right? Like I understand that now.
Everybody that defends it explains it to the NIL era, and I just don't believe that. It's new, but they're just what they have no money. I mean,
no, there's no way that Wisconsin.
And then, even if you have no money, then you have no coaches, or. I
mean, Wisconsin's got to have money.
Some, I mean, people have said it's money, but I'm from Indiana. There's never a time in my life that I thought Indiana would have the third best team in the country, and at least that's where they're ranked. And you watch them, and they're good.
Yes. Very good.
I just want to let everybody know there isn't enough money in Bill Gates' bank account to convince enough good players and coaches to come to Indiana. They just made, to me, a great selection with a coach, and then I
think they're doing a great job in the portal, too.
They're good. When I watch them, I think, why can't Wisconsin be that? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they can play with anybody. It's not a gimmick thing. Hey, they've got this style offense. No, they are good on the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they're one of the best teams running the football.
Yeah,
like they run the heck out of the ball. They do a great job running the football. I mean, listen, I watched them play Iowa 2 weeks ago. Like, it was a really good game. I mean, it was 20-15. It was really good, but like I was really impressed with the way Indiana ran the ball. Right, like I mean, I was very impressed with how they ran the ball against Iowa. Like it was very, I mean, not too many teams, run the ball well against Iowa. Normally, if you're going to beat them, you're going to they throw on them like that, and that's how you beat them. And that's how teams have traditionally beat them. You throw on them a bunch, and they have to, they have to get nickel, and then you run on them and you gash them. But they were running on them in base, and like that's impressive. Like,
and even if they have all that money, there's no guarantee that you're going to get the right players. Saban has said it, and I agree. Fine, you got $10 million there. It doesn't mean you're going to necessarily pick the right ones.
Yep, 100%. So like, it's just it's. Do you have the right coaches and right guys to make this thing work. And just how it's going at Wisconsin currently, that formula is not there.
Whatever
not there
people
right
think is sad, nothing in this season would be as sad as if he's back next year.
I mean, it's just the thing is, like, how does it improve? Is my question, right? Like, how does it get better? And
they'd have to pull a UCLA.
Yeah, like it's just like I don't know how it would get. I don't know how it improves, right? Like, is there a quarterback in waiting? Is there I don't think there is.
But I defer to you. You didn't bring up quarterback. You said I watch it on the line of scrimmage. They're just getting crushed. That isn't going to change, right?
No, because you're not going to go buy 5 offensive linemen in the portal.
You know, it's like, these are all young guys and they need to develop or whatever. It's just like, it's sad, but the people know that the only thing sad. You said it. If Kirk Ferentz had played Wisconsin the last 2 years the way Wisconsin's played Iowa, you would question whether Kirk Ferentz would be back, given all that he's done.
There would be a lot of it would be a very, very hot seat, and that's with everything Kirk has done, and how you know.
I want to know. Tell me what would be worse for Wisconsin than the Iowa game. Ohio State beats them by 100, or Wisconsin has -3 offensive yards against Ohio State because Ohio State's defense. I'd be surprised if Wisconsin scores a point.
I don't think there may be another 0 on the board.
Yeah, 10. I'll take 10 first downs in the game.
Yeah,
that could be the over/under. Well, we'll see. But all right, let's get to. We got Rob Demoski coming up a bit. We'll get to Brian Bulaga and the Packer win, and then of course the Brewers start the Final Four. That's what I think it should be called because there's a greatness to make the Final Four in college basketball. There's a certain level of greatness to be one of the Final Four teams left in any sport.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's the Final 4 best teams. I think it's in any sport. I think it's great.
Second quarter with Brian Bulaga on the Packers next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94 is going to be backed up from Highway 16 pretty much all the way past Brookfield Road. Back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange to about Hawley Road, and then after that it opens up. On the westbound side, we are seeing a little bit of a backup right through the Stadium interchange. Southbound on 43, backing up from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down past Capitol. You're back on the brakes from Burleigh down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a chance for afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Sweetest Day is coming up, and ESPN Milwaukee wants to make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
Make the best seat in the house yours. Carbless delivers the handcrafted cocktail experience right to your living room. Bold flavor, no carbs, no sugar, just 100 calories, and all the taste with none of the extra baggage. From kickoff to the final play, Carbless is your game day go-to. Hosting friends, watching with family, or celebrating every big drive, Carbless keeps the good times pouring. So when the game's on the line, make the winning call. Skip the mixing, grab the bliss, and make every seat the best seat in the house. Find Carbless near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trauff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrauff.com. Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrauff.com.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Partner time. No one does it better than Brian Bulaga.
That's right. I'm here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than a nice cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. And I know tonight I'll have my Surfsides on ice in that multi-view on my TV watching the Monday Night Football games and the Brew Crew get it done. My favorite flavors, peach tea, lemonade, the half and half, which is my favorite. And there's so many more. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
I heard that multiple. You didn't just say one. I believe I heard Surfsides.
That's right. That's right.
Which doesn't surprise me because I got to play in an outing once. It's a fabulous outing, Luke Holman outing, and Joe Thomas was a great friend of his in high school, and so I got to play one round one year with Joe Thomas and other offensive linemen with the Cleveland Browns. It was the greatest performance of drinking beer I've ever seen in my life. I think by the end of the first hole, they each had 2. And I think they might have, 18 holes. I think we're at 25 per person. I've never seen it. They never lost control in the slightest manner. Do offensive linemen, part of it their size, have an incredible ability to consume beer, or did I just see a special group on a special day?
No, I think it's for some reason it's a gift. I think it's a gift that offensive linemen get. I don't know what it is. I think that maybe there's extra storage. I think there's an extra compartment somewhere that there's just beer just gets stored somewhere else, or alcohol. There's an extra compartment for that.
It might be a Hall of Fame that Joe Thomas isn't in yet, but I will nominate him the beer Hall of Fame. All right, to the Packers again. They have the win over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not wishing to change the score at all, 27-18. But we now have a new segment. 3 pillars. As a result of 3 pillars senior living communities, the 3 pillars are reasons why the Packers won the game. And given that you're Brian Bulaga, you get 2 of the 3, the first and the third, and I get the second. If you have to pick the strongest pillar for the Packers winning that game, what would you pick?
I mean, if I'm going to pick the strongest pillar, the first one's going to be Jordan Love's performance overall, right? I think he was the offense's strongest performer. I mean, from start to finish, obviously he had that hiccup, in the first
Yes.
quarter through the interception. It was a little bit ugly. But I think as the game went on, he grew stronger. And I think he played a really nice game as the game went on. A lot of nice, throws downfield, big completions. I thought he played well. I really did, right? And again, another game that I mentioned on KBN where the run game wasn't the vocal point. So again, the vocal point is the pass game. And, I thought if the vocal point is going to be the pass game, that's on him. And I thought overall he played well.
Man, that's bad. This is, again, the three pillars of our new sponsor, Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, because he was going to be my choice. I thought he made great games. He had that one scramble that was fantastic, the pass, the long pass to Golden. But I have an easy the second pillar, because it should never be forgotten. Lucas Haversick.
Yep.
Here's a guy who said he was looking for a job as a substitute teacher in Cleveland. I got family in Cleveland. I could have helped him out. Substitute teacher? I want to know how many NFL players, though he's actually never really been much of an NFL player. He's a practice squad 5-time signee, I think. He did pick with the Rams. But I will state, again, if he misses that field goal, the Packers lose the game as Cincinnati goes down and scores a touchdown to win. You don't have to agree, but there had to be a fear to put such an important role in somebody like this guy. Where'd you find him? Well, I have a family member, and his son was in his class. He was a substitute. No, he wasn't. He was thinking about something. And it was perfect. Lucas Haversick. It was a new pillar. It might not be a tall pillar, but it was a pillar. And think of that he misses that, and then the old man beats the Packers twice in 2 games they never should have won. It would have been the second coming of the Cleveland game. But anyway, so we have Jordan Love, fantastic, unknown kicker, whose name will be forgotten in a week, Lucas Haversick, and now the third pillar, according to Brian Bulaga.
The third pillar, and I look at it, and because you look at the defense, and it was a kind of an inconsistent performance. So you look on the defensive side of the ball, and was there a standout on defense? I don't really I can't put my finger on one. Maybe you can. I didn't, from watching that game and kind of watching it back again quick today. I didn't really put my finger on one guy that jumped out at me, right? There wasn't a guy. So I'm going to stay on the offensive side of the ball, even though I said, the run game wasn't a vocal point. Josh Jacobs, again, the runs that he did get, called on, I think it was 15 carries. I think he had 83 or 85 yards. I think it was 5.1 or 5.2 a carry with 2 touchdowns. When he had his number called, he ran the ball really well. And I thought receptions, it wasn't like he was the leading receiver or anything like that.
I'll give you the numbers, because I've always said for years the running back's number should be receiving and running.
Yeah.
Together, 150 yards. Josh Jacobs, 18 for 93 yards rushing, 5.2 yards per carry, a couple of touchdowns, and receiving 5 for 57 at 11.4. So he touched it 23 times for 150 yards.
Yeah. So he had a big game overall with the run and the pass game. So for me, he's the third pillar. He touched the ball a lot from, the run and pass combined. Again, I still would like to see him touch the ball in the run game more. Those are guaranteed touches. That's for sure him getting the football. And you see what he does when he gets going running the football.
Just give him a little hole. Come on.
Yes.
Sorry, offensive lineman.
No, but it just gives them energy when he gets going. It gives the whole group energy when he cracks a big run. It gives the whole offense a spark. But overall, man, that guy is just so good. You just watch him and everything he does, he's so good. So to me, he's the third pillar. I love watching Jacobs play. He's such a stud. So he's my third pillar.
And he didn't make the top 3, but I wanted to we'll get Rob Domowski on a minute. Matthew Golden, 3 catches, 86 yards. There's just everybody is now appropriately expecting a wow every game.
Yeah.
I don't know what yards. I don't know catches. I expect a wow from Matthew Golden every game.
Well, he's got that potential. That's the type of receiver he is. Like, he is a big play explosive, receiver that makes, and like, that's not what he wants to be known as, is just like the wild catch receiver, but like, that's the type of guy he is. Like, he is a explosive, big gain wide receiver, and he makes those types of plays. He's got strong hands. We all know that. He catches almost everything. And that's so rare for such a young receiver.
It's rare sometimes for a wow guy.
Yes, exactly. For a wild guy that to make those types of plays, like, he is so dynamic that I think obviously his role is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow as this thing goes on. And again, another guy just very fun to watch when he gets the ball in his hands. Like, he's impressive, and like, you want to see him get the ball more and more, right? Like, you want to see him get an 8-yard slant and see what he does with it, right? Like, that's like, I want to see more of that. But it's just, how they're running him in routes right now, and where he's getting it is where he's getting it, right? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and complain about the game he had. But you just want to see him get like, hey, let's see what he does with like an 8-yard slant in open space and see how he goes.
Yeah, because you know there's a possibility it turns into 68. So our three pillars, Jordan Love, Lucas Haversick, and Josh Jacobs, with honorable mention for Matthew Golden. 3 pillars: independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and rehab. 3 pillars, senior living communities, provides top-ranked care and service in a beautiful lake country setting. Visit 3pillars.org today. 3 Pillars, the Bark River, 300 acres in Dousman. I know what 300 acres is normally. That's a city. That's how huge it is. Again, 3pillars.org today. Rob Domowski, next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
94 eastbound is closed from Highway 164, right at Highway 164, because of a crash. It looks pretty nasty. We got lots of emergency crews on the scene. Got one car off the roadway, another one pretty much smashed in, and then another one a little bit further on. A couple of ambulances are on the scene as well. So obviously we're going to see some big delays, but it looks like it's on the right at Highway 164. So you'll take the off ramp, get back on at the on ramp. If you don't want to deal with that, you can head through Waukesha, the city proper, and head over to Highway 18 and try and get onto that way. Try and avoid that area. Southbound on 43, backing up heavily from Good Hope Road all the way down through the Capitol Drive area. You're back on the brakes from North Avenue down through the Marquette to the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, chance for afternoon showers, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift. The mornings are crisp, and the evenings are cooler. And right now, with Universal Windows Direct, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. Receive an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 414-410-2000 or visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com to book your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Most things feel good coming out of the victory. This week, 27-18 over the Cincinnati Bengals for the now 3-1-1 Green Bay Packers. But one negative, an injury for former first-round pick, defensive end Lucas Van Ness. After Van Ness sacked Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco on Sunday, he left the game and was carted off with an apparent foot injury. Head coach Matt LaFleur with sort of an update.
We definitely avoided something serious, but how long he'll be out, it remains to be seen.
Well, at least for now, Van Ness joins defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt on the shelf, who missed Sunday's game with a knee injury. Packers-Cardinals coming up Sunday. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Need Need a mortgage? Don't look far. In your backyard is where we are. Visit a Tri-City near you. Get a great rate from your hometown crew. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 4333891.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party. Presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the hometown call. Broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 5 o'clock. The Game 3 watch party. Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ. Your home for Brewers baseball.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Brian Balaga Homer Hour, time for Rob Domowski. And because he is so nice, and he proved it earlier in the show, caring about Wisconsin football, that's why Brian Balaga introduces Rob Domowski. Take it away.
Rob, I got it. Rob, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, Brian. How are you?
I'm great. So, what were your takeaways from the game yesterday? Listen, Homer said it, like, we're not going to sit here and, complain about the scoreline. It's not what we're going to do. Win's a win. But, it wasn't, as gaudy as everyone thought it would be, right? A Bengals team with Joe Flacco being there for essentially a cup of coffee and then gets the start.
Yeah.
What were your takeaways from the game?
Yeah. When they scored to cut it to 6, I was like, well, if the Packers go 3 and out here, they could lose this game. Like, that's, at that point you're sitting there going, it's 24-18.
You didn't say no problem. We got Lucas Haversick to bring us a field goal.
Well, once they got into field goal range, I was fine with it. But,
right.
The very real possibility that you go 3 and out and now you're on your heels. And this is a defense, and this is the part that baffles me to some degree. Their last 12 possessions, second half of that basically is the last 3 games. 12 possessions. They've allowed 6 touchdowns, 4 field goals, 1 missed field goal, and 1 punt. Like that's not. I asked Matt LaFleur today. I go, what makes a good late game defense? And essentially, without saying it, he basically said, well, you either have to force a turnover or come up with a big, negative play like a sack or something like that. And they haven't been able to do that. And to me, there's a fine line between winning that game by 9 and possibly being in trouble where your defense has to come up with a stop to save the game. And they're 3-1-1 and they've had double-digit leads in every game this year. Do you know they're the only team in the NFL that has led by 10 or more points in every game this year? Yet they're also the only team that's lost to the Cleveland Browns. They also have a tie against the Cowboys team that just lost to the Panthers. And I think they've lost to the Bears as well. So, it's a hard team to figure at this point.
That's an amazing stat. That's an amazing stat. So, what is it, or what are they saying about the defense? That's now, I guess you could say 2 games in a row, right? We wanted to say, okay, hey, it just kind of was an off game against Dallas. Dallas had it. Dak played well, but listen, Flacco played well. Chase played well. Higgins played they had a decent game.
Yeah. The one thing, Brian, that I would say if I'm trying to be positive and look at it from an encouraging standpoint is that some of those catches that Chase made down the stretch were pretty well covered. Like, I mean, those were remarkable catches. Like, I would be more concerned, more worried if we saw the previous iterations of this defense where there were busted coverages, guys running wide open. Like some of the big Justin Jefferson games that he's had over the last 3, 4, 5 years, the guy was wide open. Like, I mean, you and I and Homer could have maybe caught. Well, I couldn't have, but maybe you guys could have.
I couldn't have either.
Plays. Well, I got one ACL, so with one ACL and one non-ACL, it wasn't happening for me either, unless I could just run straight. But like, we haven't seen that. So to me, I think like that's at least encouraging. They've been in position for the most part to make some of these plays. Now, the flip side is, Keyshawn Nixon has never been a big interception guy. I don't think Nate Hobbs has great interception numbers. Evan Williams has one interception, I believe, in his career. Carrington Valentine's probably their best ball hawking corner, but he's basically the third corner. And no one's going to throw to anywhere near Xavier McKinney. So to me right now, like, that's the biggest thing is how do you find someone to make a big play? Like, Tremont Williams always used to make big plays when it mattered. Sam Shields, obviously Woodson. That's to me, that's the missing piece right now with this defense.
So, that's kind of what it appears. And then, like, besides, obviously Van Ness with his injury, and I mean, he had. Did he have like the lone sack on the day? I believe it was that. Or
and he got hurt. He got hurt on the play too. That was his last play of the game. Going back and rewatching it today, I wanted to see if that indeed was the case. The weird thing is, he popped up and celebrated the sack, and like you couldn't see live or on tape, like him, favoring it, but he was off the field, and then the next thing you know, he was on the cart. Now they got good news today. It's a short-term thing, which probably means he's going to still miss a game or two. So that's not good. But in the long term, it's good. But like, it's sort of like the way they are right now. Some guy finally makes a big play, and then he gets hurt. So like, that they're searching a little bit right now on defense.
Yeah, I mean, and does that, I guess from your standpoint looking at it, or is there anything that they're worried about how the pass rush is getting home, right? Like, because Micah's getting, like you watch Micah rush. Yeah. He's either getting mugged or double or triple teamed. Like that's what I see when I watch Micah get when Micah rushes. And people could complain about it, like, oh, he should be getting sacked. Yeah. The dude gets mugged every single play. Right. So, like,
well, the other thing too is, the other thing too is, this is a couple games in a row where live, it maybe didn't seem like he played that great. And rewatching it, he was moving people. Like, that's the, and like, I don't know what you make of pressures, but he was credited with 5 pressures, which is by far the most in the game. So,
yes,
but like, LaFleur actually kind of pointed out today that he thinks that Micah might be getting frustrated with some of the non-holding calls. But on the flip side, LaFleur admitted we've gotten away with some too. And I remember there was one early in the game where Rasheed Walker could have easily gotten called for a hold against Trey Hendrickson, and it was uncalled. So, and LaFleur, to his credit, admitted, he's like, hey, look, you can't whine about holding calls that aren't called, and then, when you've gotten away with some yourself, and they definitely have. So, but I do think from a personal standpoint, it sort of sounds like Micah may be a little frustrated. I can't wait to hear him talk this week because, look, one thing we've learned about him is he's going to tell you how he feels, and I think he's made a pretty big impact. Just the stat numbers right now don't necessarily show it.
Yeah. What did I guess offensively? What did you make of Love's game and the receivers and Golden and kind of the way Jacobs played into the pass game this week? Because that was he was a big factor in it. What did you make of the offense and how they kind of played this week?
The one thing is, and I guess I don't understand necessarily why they think this way, but like everyone's like, oh, is this Matthew Golden's breakout game? And while he was really good, obviously he went over 100 yards in total offense, total yards from scrimmage. But like LaFleur sort of threw a wet blanket on it today when he's like, we're never going to force feed the ball. Just because one guy had a big game doesn't mean we're going to throw. That's just not the way this offense. It's a read offense, and we're going to go through the progressions. Like, part of me is like, why not force the ball a little bit to a guy who's got incredible speed? Like, I don't know what it looks like on TV, but when you're sitting up above, one of the great, the sitting up top has its good and bad, but you can see speed from up there. And man, like his separation and runaway speed is remarkable. And like, to me, he had 3 for 86, was targeted, I think 5 times. Why not target him 7, 8, 9 times and see if he can have a 10 for 130 game or something like that? Like,
along with the tight end, they target him twice. I said he could be on the bench, and I target him more than twice a game.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't understand the thinking of it. Look, I was the first one, and maybe I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here. I was the first one to say, man, Aaron was too dependent on Devontae, and sometimes he got into trouble. Forced the ball in there like he sort of did on that very last play of Aaron's career here, I think, if I remember right. Forced into double coverage on Devontae. But like, now I'm starting to think, hey, having a guy where everybody in the place knew it was going to him, and you still got him the ball, that's special. So like, to me, maybe there's a happy medium between it, but like, to me, you've got to find a way to get the ball into your best players' hands more often. And they've got, maybe it's that they've got 7 or 8 really good players and don't have a great player. But to me, Matthew Golden strikes me as a guy who could be special, and I think the same thing about Tucker Kraft.
What do you think the timetable on Watson is? What do you think they're going to do with him? You think it's going to be a full 21 days, or what are you thinking on that?
I don't think it'll be 21, but I don't know if it'll be this week. And my understanding is he didn't do much team last week, just individual stuff. They obviously will want to get him into team drills. I wonder if they just say, okay, this week you're going to do some team, but then the following week you're going to play. But the guy's been ahead of schedule the entire time. He's at like 280 days since the injury. Most guys are a little over 300 before they play. But if he's, 10, 12 days earlier, with a week and a half earlier, it wouldn't surprise me. But if I had to put money on it, I would say practices more this week, doesn't play at Arizona and plays the next week, but that's just a guess.
All right, what was the number again? The second half of the last 3 games, you said, the defense?
Yeah, second halves of the last 3 games, 12 possessions, 6 touchdowns, 4 field goals, 1 punt, 1 missed field goals. And if you want to go even just the last 2 games, the end of the second half and overtime of Dallas and yesterday, it's 8 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and a missed field goal. So really no stops. And
where you can allude certainly to Cincinnati, when it was entirely different in the first half, you could go first half numbers and second half numbers.
Yeah.
I don't.
But to me, the really good defenses are the ones that get better as the game goes on, not get worse, right? Like they come up with the big play late in games.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Rob.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Fourth quarter. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
You had 3 games that weren't that close. Cincinnati stinks. Jake Browning-Nagel has thrown 8 interceptions. On the bright side, he hasn't lost a fumble, so he's got that going for him.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Packers are 14.5-point favorites to open. I don't think that's enough.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
You had 3 games that weren't that close. Cincinnati stinks. Jake Browning-Nagel has thrown 8 interceptions. On the bright side, he hasn't lost a fumble, so he's got that going for him.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Packers are 14.5-point favorites to open. I don't think that's enough.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice-cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard-to-find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
Homer here with a message about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on Three Pillars at threepillars.org.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at WendorfTeam.firstweber.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health, and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org. And together, we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. They're everywhere. They got like 1 million, every conceivable kind of pizza. Palermo's has it. Window Nation. I can tell you I like them, but it's more important that 90% customer satisfaction. They can install in 1 day depending on the size of the job. They can do it fast. They can do it now. They can do it faster than now. October is here, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. But it's so close to the start of winter. Not for them. Not for Window Nation. Tell them, Homer said, they can do it now. This month also, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. Free windows, 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started to get that deal. You're not doing it right if you don't go with Window Nation. They can do it faster than now. Brian Bulaga, Homer Hour. And people have started changing in terms of more and more people watch on YouTube. Great question. What did Brian think of Jordan Morgan's play against the Bengals? Take it away, Doc.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I thought he played well, and obviously there was a rotation again, right? I mean, he and Sean Ryan rotated again.
Ryan, I don't think got in much, but it didn't. Morgan got most. I'd have to look at the numbers. Pebble can look them up, but
normally Rob has the snap counts up on his.
Okay.
Rob normally has the snap counts. I didn't look at the snap counts. I don't know the exact snap counts. I think Jordan Morgan has majority. Maybe Pebble. Maybe you can see.
And I
what
think they listened to you. I don't know if they listened to the show because it looks like they're letting him focus on that one position rather than working on everywhere, as you said they needed to do.
Yes, I mean, if you're going to have him work somewhere, you have to let him work in one spot, and you just have to let him do that, right? And I thought he played well. I thought he was good in the run game. A lot of the big runs that Jacobs had, I know they highlighted him on those. A lot of good double teams and things like that. I thought he was good in the pass game. He looked solid. Now, albeit
he played 50 snaps.
50 snaps, and how many total snaps were there? I guess not many, probably. It would be my guess.
61 or 65, I think.
Yeah, so he took majority of the snaps. So they liked what they saw as the game was going on. So maybe there was 2 series that Sean Ryan got, essentially, if you look at that.
Yeah.
So he did well, and it's, albeit like I said, Cincinnati's interior, who he was going against, not very stout, so to speak, right? Like I think the challenge and the test wasn't the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? To go in there and do what you need to do, I mean, kudos to him. He played well. He did what he needed to do. I think there'll be tougher challenges down the road. I don't exactly know who Arizona has on the interior defensive line. I'll have to take a look at that. But he did well, and I'm happy for him, right? Because he's caught a lot of heat over the last few weeks. So I'm happy that he played well.
Again, Victory Monday.